Hey techies, are you tired of using Jupyter for all your data science projects? Then it's time to explore Marimo, the future of Python notebooks. Today we'll dive into Marimo by working with the classic iris dataset. We will explore data visualization and build a logistic regression model to classify iris species in Marimo, and let's explore the features of it. So let's get started. First thing first, let's install Marimo and other basic packages required for the analytics. Okay, I am using Marimo of version 0.6.19. So let me install. I've already set it up so it shows requirement already satisfied. To use Marimo, you can use Marimo space edit to launch Marimo in your current directory. If in case you want to edit or create a specific Marimo notebook, then you just need to type Marimo edit, then your notebook name .py. Marimo stores all the notebooks in the .py extension. So we will just launch Marimo edit and get started. Yeah, it shows here the recent notebook that I have used, and all the notebooks which I used using Marimo will be displayed here. Let me open this. Once I open, you can see the running notebooks popped up and it's also displayed. You can create a notebook with this button here. Okay. Let's import our necessary libraries. These include Seaborn, Matplotlib, Pandas, and scikit-learn. First, we'll import Marimo. I'm using import Marimo as mo. Yes. After importing Marimo as mo, we can use for markdown text. You can actually just type in. Wait, let me show you. You need to call the Marimo, then .md, and you can type in whatever you want to show as markdown. Then I'm running this. This is viewed on top. Then followed by that, I'm importing my essential libraries. Okay. We are using famous iris dataset, a staple in data science. Let's load it and take a quick look at the data. I'm loading the iris data. So let's see. Yeah. Here you can see this is how Marimo shows the data. And one more thing, there's a theme setting here available. You can change the theme to dark or light. It's here. Yes, I prefer dark, so I'll switch to dark. Yes, there you go. Then after that, now let's see how the visualization is displayed in Marimo. We will start with the pair plot to see how the features of iris species related to each other. Okay, here is the visualization. As you can see, a beautiful graphic, a beautiful visualization is shown here. Okay. Next, let's generate a correlation heat map to see how features are correlated with each other. This can reveal important relationships in our data. Okay, here's a correlation heat map. Time to prepare our data for machine learning. We'll separate our features and target variable and then split the data into training and testing set. Okay. First, I'm separating to input feature and output feature, then splitting the data into training and testing sets, as I mentioned, then loading the logistic regression model. Okay. Let's train a logistic regression model on our training data. This model will learn to classify iris species based on their features. We have trained. Then with the model trained, it's time to make predictions on the test set. Let's see how well our model performs. Okay, the accuracy classification report is being produced. Accuracy is one, and all the other matrices as being produced. Followed by that, let's visualize our results with a confusion matrix. This will show us how many correct and incorrect predictions our model made. Okay, there we go. We got our confusion matrix. Great. If you now let's get to know what's in the sidebar. First, the first option is view files. We are able to view all the files that is being present in this particular directory. All the files are being displayed on the side itself without disturbing our Marimo notebook. Followed by that, we have explore variables. All the variables that have been used in the Marimo notebooks have been present. It shows we have declared module name Marimo in the name of MO, that is declared by the cell 0 and then called by the cell 1. Now let's check. Yeah, this is also connected. When you click the cells, it is directing to that particular cell. Followed by that, all the other variables have been present, and it shows where it is declared and where it is used as well. Then explore data sources. These are the data sources that have been used in our Marimo notebook. So let's click on to sepal length. It shows the chart for us, followed by all the other values that is basically required. You don't have to separately do any manipulation, or you don't have to separately calculate any values. All the values are being calculated and presented to you here. Followed by that, all the other data gives us the chart as well as the required values. And then moving on to the dependencies. First, we have three options to view our dependencies. First in minimap, then in vertical tree. My favorite one is the vertical tree. As you can see, here is cell 2, cell 3, it's been connected. Now, for example, let me click this. It shows here what exactly it's being used and what is calling what. Yeah. And then we have horizontal tree as well. The same tree is being shown in the horizontal manner as well. Okay, moving on, we have the outline. In this outline, all the markdown text that is being declared in our Marimo notebook will be viewed here. I have only written one, so only that is being viewed. Next, live docs. This is one of my favorite feature in Marimo. So let me show what just happens. Once I click this data frame, I just click data frame. It shows me about everything that I need to know about data frame. So if you are a beginner and you want to know if you are confused about any module, you can just click there, and there it shows about our module. Okay, yes, there you go. And then it also gives us a sample code snippet. That is how that is being used. Yes, okay, that's great. Notebook logs. Here, all the logs that is being printed in our Marimo notebook will be displayed here. Since we have only one, we have one. If you want, you can clear it. Then followed by the snippets. This gives us all the snippets that we have used, and then once you can click that, and now you have this, right, this sample code. You can just insert this snippet and it will be inserted here, and then you can modify it according to your needs. This is a great feature. I'll just delete this, and then followed by the final one is feedback. If you want, you can send feedback to Marimo. It's up to you. That's great. We have another normal settings like auto save and others as well, and I need to show you some basic commands. Yes, after installing Marimo, you can use the Marimo inbuilt tutorial by just typing in the command Marimo tutorial intro. This readme will be pushed onto GitHub, and I have given the link in the description. You can check that out. Then for launching the Marimo, you just have to type Marimo edit. There's an error here. It's Marimo edit. There you go. Then followed by that, we have create or edit a single notebook with this command. Then to serve your notebook as an app, you just need to type Marimo, run, then your notebook name.py. Then if you like Marimo and you want to convert all your Jupyter notebooks to Marimo, you just have to type Marimo convert your Jupyter notebook file name, then the symbol, the greater than symbol, followed by your notebook dot your Marimo notebook name that you wish to have .py. This is how you convert all your existing Jupyter notebooks to Marimo. Okay, there you go. We have got the Marimo basic things about Marimo. I will show you one more thing. Yeah, this is how our marimo.py file is being stored. We can call this as an app. Okay, let's view. Here is an option to view as an app. Yes, this is how it will be viewed. All the markdown text and our important std output and all the other features that is being given as an output will be viewed in our app, and you can switch it off if you need. Yes, great. Now, if you like Marimo features, then you definitely need to try it out. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, remember to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more data science tutorials. Check out the link in the description for source code, and I've given the Medium article link for detailed explanation. You can check out that as well. Thank you. Happy coding.